Well, good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this afternoon. It's my mucker, Port Bear. Afternoon, Port.
Wakey, mate. Morning. How we doing afternoon?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Oh, I just had a word with my good friend, Mr. Fox. One of life's gentlemen is Mr. Fox. I believe you've got the team, Port Bear.
I certainly have, mate. Team today, our starting 11 after a great result on Thursday night is Alan McGregor, James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, John Lundstrom, Calvin Bassey, Glenn Kamara, Scott Arfield, Joe Aribo, Fashion Jr., Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos. The substitutions are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Balogun, Barisic, Sands, Lowry, Ahmad, Wright and Roof.
Right, okay. Quite a few talking points. How are you setting that team up, mate?
Is it going up? I know. Is it a back three again?
That would need to be Lundstrom, Bassey and
Goldson.
So who's playing in the left wing back position? Sakala?
Either Sakala or Kamara.
Okay, all right. If it's a 4-3-3-2, yeah?
Yep.
Sorry, a 4-1-3-2. There's a lot of permutations. It's actually shocked me, Paul.
Do you know what? I'm looking at it here and I'm struggling myself because they're only natural defenders.
McGregor's in goals and Morelos is playing at number 9. I know that, right? Right, okay, I need to get my head around that. Okay, and obviously Ryan Jack's told me that. Do you think that's just the volume of games, mate? Yeah.
Aye. Let's get him wrapped up again, mate. He's playing a lot. He did a lot, and the games he's given, the style of his combative style of play, mate. So I think it's wise to give him a wee rest. Glenn Kamara's an able deputy to come in, but he knows the levels we expect of Glenn Kamara today, mate.
Here. Right, okay. So if we play 4 at the back, it's obviously Lundstrom in with Goldson, yeah?
It's got to be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Bassey and Tav in the fullback positions. And then we could have Kamara sitting in front of him, Aribo, Arfield and Kent, and then Morelos and Fashion through the middle.
Aye, yep.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yep.
But if we go with 3 at the back, mate, go on then, give your thoughts.
As I said, if we go 3 at the back, it's got to be, for me, Kamara, mate, sitting in that left back row. It's not a left back, it's like a wing back, isn't it? It's like a wing back he's playing it, be up and down that, motor up and down that whole side, a bit like, Bassey did in the second half against Dortmund. So that's, I think it's quite a fluid formation, mate. I think he's picked that team with a view to, changing the formation, slightly like he did against half-time and against Dortmund, mate. Maybe that's he's got an eye on. Maybe he's going to go with a 4-3-3 like you says, have Lundstrom inside along Goldson, with Bassey and Tav as the fullbacks, with Kamara, Arfield and Aribo in the middle 3, and Fashion Jr., Kent on either wing, and Morelos through the middle. But that could go to a back 3, mate, with pushing Kamara out to the left.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what I mean? A lot of talking points here. Yeah, right. And I just hope that it's precautionary with Ryan Jack not being in the squad, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yep.
All right.
Also see Ramsey didn't make it again, mate.
Jeez, I forgot about him, mate.
Aye.
He's not even made the bench, mate. But, mate, the trouble is, it doesn't matter if you're signed for a £5 or £1 million or 10 million quid, you can still get kicked in the calf, mate, and be out for a fortnight.
Oh, 100%.
That's the unfortunate thing about it. But anyway, this is our chance to go and cut the lead at the top, get some goals back. First and foremost, we need to take 3 points, Port Bear. But if it's all right with you, my good friend, we will get the phone lines opened.
100%, mate. Let's get the troops in.
I'll get my good friend, Mr. Fox. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay, people join us all the time. Port Bear, can you give us a team?
Our team today is Alan McGregor in goal, James Tavernier, Conor Goldson, John Lundstrom, Gavin Bassey, Glenn Kamara, Scott Arfield, Joe Aribo, Fashion Jr., Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos. Our substitutions are John McLaughlin, Mari Sikowski, Leon Balogun, Borna Barisic, James Sand, Alex Lowry, Ahmad Diallo, Stephen Wright and Kamal Roof.
Give us your thoughts, Port.
For euphoric Thursday night, mate, I think, obviously for me, as you know, the league title to me, mate, means a lot more than Europe does. I think it's great to be in Europe. It's superb to get in the last 16 for the third year running. Great for the club, But all the eyes of Europe, mate, will be on us even the day, because we're a team that's in the last 16. But the league means more to me, mate. Like I always say on the show, everything else is gravy apart from the league to me, mate. In regards to today's selection, I think the manager's picked a team that could probably play in two different formations if things aren't working out, and I think that worked pretty well during the week as well. So that's another wee string to the bow. The gaffer stood up and bossed the game at half time, mate, for me. So I think he's got one eye on the ability to change and have a fluid formation. Ryan Kent's been on fire, mate. I'm looking for Joe Aribo to add a bit more, mate. I think at the start of the season I think we need to see the Joe Aribo for the start of the season before he went to the African nations. And John Lundstrom, he's been an absolute, workhorse and showing everybody probably why previous regime brought him in, mate, because he's been outstanding as well.
He's got his bit between the teeth, mate. He's won some tackles and things that we didn't see at the start of the season, Look, it's took better players than Lundstrom longer to settle in at clubs in the past, mate. So maybe he's just settling in and getting his way and finding his feet, no pun intended, mate.
Aye, definitely, mate. I think when I saw him at Sheffield United, he didn't do these roles, mate, that he plays for us. I think he's come up here, and I think Gerrard probably started it. This, teaching him the holding role in midfield and being that anchor, being the guy that's going to win the middle of the park ball one, and that wasn't his game, mate, in England when he played down there on the Championship. So I think it's probably taking him time to develop that side of his game. And what we're noticing now, he's adding a string to his bow that he can go into the middle of the back three or the back two, however way it sits. I think that's another string to his bow that he's added, and it's only going to help him develop as a player. It's like I said, it's all right being a master of many trades, but he has to, master one of them. And it looks like that holding no midfield where he can go and even be sweeper between Goldson and Bassey if he needs to be. It's worked, and he looks very, assured in there, mate. I've really got to give him credit for it, because it's the dirty side of the game. It's probably one of the hardest sides of the game. You cover a lot of miles doing what he's doing. So fair play to him, mate, for eventually standing up, because I think somebody's thought on here, mate, it'd been a wet Christmas.
Well, we wouldn't have been upset if it'd been a wet
Christmas.
Yeah, I didn't think we thought it would go, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But remember, in the last few weeks, he's maybe scored our best goal for edge of the box also, mate.
Had a peach strike, mate, with his wrong foot. I think he's pretty much too fitted anyway. He's stung aside strike, but I think the way he took that strike was superb, mate, against Dortmund in the build-up play to it was excellent. I noticed the Europa Championships showed the goal as one of their goals of the week, so it says a lot what Rangers did. We need that same Rangers to turn up, mate. If the Rangers played that maybe sort of a second half, we beat anybody in this league.
Okay, we'll be joined by Andy Felix. Afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Port. Good afternoon, Ox. Let's hope we go out there and get these couple of points back today, and then it'll be a great week with it.
I'm being greedy today, mate. I want a couple of goals as well. Andy, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking for
I've got 5 down on my daft line, so that's cutting it down to 3, isn't it? So.
Aye, that's fair. I want goals. This team can score goals. A team can score 4 goals against Dortmund, can score 4 against Motherwell, yeah?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You've not heard anything about Jack there. Do you think it's just a resting job there?
I hope so, mate. I hope so. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of worried me that when I didn't see him on the bench. I had him out of my team right enough, but when I didn't see him on the bench, I thought, oh dear. But
I think there's a lot of sense in it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, I said that I would have put Davis in instead of Kamara, right enough, but it's gone with that's a strange team. I tell you what, we better stop banging that big chins out, haven't we? It looks like Lumsden's going to be centre half.
I never thought I'd see this, but Alex Kelly is a tactical genius.
Oh, dearie me.
I've heard them called a few names, but never that. But there you go, that's another story. Right. I've been told I've got to be nice to people from now on, so I've got to watch Andy. I've been told, Mr. Fox, that I've had an official warning.
Aye, does that include me?
What you said, I've got to be nice to the nice people, so...
All right, well, I'll not be in that one then, will I? I'll just keep getting banged out.
No, but listen, we mocked him. Well, it's you getting mocked, innit? But that's another story. But listen, but he stumbled on something that came to fruition, you know what I mean?
Aye. Oh, I will never hear the end of that now, Ox. Dearie me. I couldn't believe it when I seen their team. I thought, oh dear.
Mate, it's easy. We just don't let them on. Simple, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's a strange team, right enough, isn't it? Like you say, I don't know where you go with that, to be honest with you.
What are you thinking, Andy? What are you thinking?
It's always Lundstrom's playing. If Lundstrom's playing in the back, it's the fourth one, maybe 3-2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But then if Lundstrom steps forward, what are you thinking? Then you've got 3, is it 3-4-3?
Like I say, I mean, I just look at it as just as how they set out as players, right enough. This newfangled stuff that baffles me, right enough. But, he's got players on the bench that can change it if it doesn't work, or he can move them about in certain minutes of the game. So the main objective is that we get out there and get the 3 points. But as we just said there, we could take a load of goals with it. It makes it, you could. I don't like going on in games, but you can go on. You can have a major swing here. They've got Livingston away next week as well. So Rangers stick to a task. Could be good.
Aye. First and foremost, we've got to keep winning. Yeah.
Yeah,
the goals are a bonus, but I'm hoping that we can score at least a couple plus today in a home game. Port Bear, people join us the team all the time, and they'll be anxious to hear this team.
Aye, work it out, troops, if you can. Come on and let us hear your formation. We've got McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Lundstrom, Bassey, Kamara, Arfield, Aribo, Fashion Jr., Kent and Morelos, and my subs are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Balogun, Barisic, Sands, Lowry, Ahmad, Wright and Roof.
There you go. I think I named that team on Friday night. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I think I had Fashion Jr. in for Scotty Arfield. Yeah.
Right,
I thought that team would have played, but obviously there's not a lot of changes, Andy, really, is there?
No, not really. I had the same as you. I had Fashion in for Arfield. I was going to put Davis in for Jack, and I kept Balogun in, didn't I?
Davis isn't even on the bench, mate.
No, I think Davis is done. I don't think he's in his plans. I think he could be vital in the running in these 11 games. There's a lot of experience there when it could come on top in certain games that he could get us out of it. But he don't seem to. He's fit now, isn't he? Is he fit, Davis, now?
It was illness, mate. It was the injury, mate. Yeah.
Right. So he's fit now, yeah?
Well, it's whether how long you take you that lurgy, you know what I mean?
Aye. Well, Kamara will be in, so I'm going to watch out for him because I don't think he's been on his game for a wee while, him now, so see how that one goes, but we should be all right. I mean, like we said, it's all about, innit? We all agree here. I think if we could get that early goal and follow it up with a second one, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's a different game then, isn't it?
We've got to get the goals. I mean, Mr. Fox has come in there and says we wouldn't be the biggest team in the world defending set pieces, but I think we've got to do the business at the other end of the park today, Port Bear, and take the pressure off our defence. Aye,
definitely, mate. We've been on here advocating, many have said it, and I've heard Andy say it, I've heard yourself saying it, many others on the show. At Ibrox, we don't really need 4 at the back. Sometimes we don't even need 2 at the back, if I'm honest. So what if he decides to go with, Bassey, Tav and Goldson at the back of the push Goldson, Lundstrom at the midfield, and you've effectively got, Lundstrom, Kamara, Arfield, Aribo, Fashion, Kent and Morelos. who'll all be getting forward at, you know, the same time. I mean, that's just one sort of variation I was thinking on as well. We don't need at Ibrox, mate. Not when these teams come and sit with 11 men behind the ball. We don't need 4 defenders or sometimes even 3 defenders.
Andy?
No, I don't think we need. We could go with 2 midfielders and push on all the time, isn't it? Because they're not, other than another odd break or a ball over the top. That's all you're really going to expect of them. It's about us pulling them out, getting them behind them, and making sure when the chances come along, we take them. We know what we're going to get after these today, you know. But surely after, I'm looking at now, the players after the performance they put in on Thursday. They're looking what's happened there, 2 points down. It's a great fillip for them to go out there. They should be rare and tearing to come out of the leashes there and get into them. So I think we'll be okay today. I've got no bad vibes about this. They're usually dodgy, these games, but I think at least we'll get 2 or 3 easy. I'm hoping we will. Can't say for sure, can you? But that's what.
No, we don't be millionaires if we could say for sure all the time. But if we can pass the ball as accurately and as fast as we did against Dortmund over the 2 legs, we've nothing to worry about in Scotland, have we?
No, 100%, mate. And you know, one thing Andy always goes on about on your show, mate, is attitude. And the attitude against Borussia Dortmund, mate, over the 2 legs was excellent. The application was superb. You know, basically transitions through the team, the style of play, how quick we're moving the ball about. Ryan Kent being on fire, mate. You know, when he's on his game and our team are playing at that level, nobody in our country should touch us. You know, we're into the last 16 of a major tournament in Europe. You know, and we've beat one of the tournament favourites, so why should we fear anybody, mate? You know, it seems to be the other side of the city. I've been seeing it for weeks that they're, you know, apart from the result against us, they've been very lucky after Christmas, mate, and getting some results. So I think the tide's about to turn, mate, in my opinion, and you'll see a different Rangers today.
I mean, I wouldn't like to see Andy's blood pressure if we'd lost 3 of the last 4 games. It's true. No one. Sorry, no 1, 3 of the last 4 games.
Aye, that's.
By the way, we're the same.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, it's. When was the last time we won a game? It was the last 2 have been draws, haven't they?
And they go back to Dortmund.
Dortmund, aye.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have to make sure that we get a win here today, you know, because you know, although it was great, the draw and the significance of it because we get the 2 goals over there. But look, we know that we're good players. I've always said that they're good plus on their day, and possibly a wee bit better after Thursday night. But Scotland, it don't allow us for our better players to play, does it? Because we get kicked and bullied off the park at times. If we could just get that in our head right, and you know, they know the better players, go out there and prove it. If we could do that, we'd be okay.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Can I just put a shout out to our own Butterbean, top man Butterbean? Great gesture, never forgot, mate. One of the stars of Rangers Radio behind the scenes with Butterbean.
Yep.
Right, okay. I've not got a clue how this is going to line up. It'll be where Lundstrom plays, where Sakala plays, will be the big how we're setting up what, yeah?
Aye, 100%. Just asked you, Andy, a question, mate, in regards to Sakala. Is this young man, you know, warranted his first team start? Because every time he comes on, mate, he seems to either, you know, create something or he gets his goal. You know, I think he's got 7 or 8 goals already this season with no many starts. Is he, you know, deserving of this first team start today?
Andy?
Well, yeah, I think he should have figured a wee bit more, to be honest with you. Like, you know, he seems to, when he does get his spot, he does seem to do well. I think he did well against Motherwell, didn't he? Was that one where he leaped into the air and scored that goal against Motherwell?
Hat-trick.
Aye, the hat-trick, and then he got an hat-trick for his national team. And then he seemed to disappear, didn't he?
It was Livingston. Livingston he scored that goal, wasn't it?
Was it Livingston? Aye.
Yep. That's Sam out the water.
I like him. I think he's got something right enough. I think he brings an energy to the team, you know, and he's quick. And I think against these teams that camp in, if you move them out in the pace, gets behind him. So I can see the logic in that. I'm not convinced, honestly, though, long term. Gio fancies him long term. It's just a feeling I get there. He don't seem to figure as much as I thought he would have done. But he's the manager.
Can also give a shout out to Carrick Bear, big fan of Rangers Radio. First game back since rough when the pandemic started at Ibrox. So I hope you have a good day, Carrick Bear. Look after yourself and enjoy the game, and hopefully we get a victory. Right, I like Sakala, mate. Whether he's going to help us get to the next level, I just think he's got a tremendous attitude, and he's one of these guys that's going to do unusual things. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. I said, mate, just because it seems to create.
If he meant that goal at Aaron, then he nearly done it again against the D United. He's worth $100 million.
It just does as you said, mate, the unpredictability of him is, sometimes was confused as hell, but he never really seems to have 100% control of the ball, doesn't he? But if that's the way he plays, mate, that's the way he plays. It seems to, really confuddle, the defenders he's against, and he's still got that raw pace, mate. And he's still a young man in football in terms, let's be really honest. I mean, that blistering pace he's got is an absolute asset, and it'll give anybody, trouble no matter who he plays against. But like Andy said, he needs grass, doesn't he? He needs to, these teams just sit in. But he can unlock defences, mate, with that pace, definitely.
He also likes to shoot, Andy, yeah?
Oh, he likes the shot right enough. I still don't believe he meant that one in the Scottish Cup right enough. I'm not having that.
If he meant that, it'd be going in the summer for $200 million.
Oh, I tell you, all the guys on the bench will have to gear at it, man. No way he meant that. I don't care what anybody says. But
I wonder who celebration he's going to do today.
That was the first time I seen the bench laughing since that time. Remember when Gerrard took Alfie off for the floor when he was on a hat trick? They were all howling at that goal. But he nearly done it again last week when he hit the bar.
He did?
Indeed, mate, yep. I love it. See the celebrations he's been copying as well, Oxshire. I mean, he keeps all the bench laughing with that as well. When he done the Alfie one, and the pre he done the Ronaldo jump as well. He's just one of them guys. Seem to be one of life's good guys. Good for the dressing room.
Aye, I think he's well liked, and you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it on social media. Pop when he was taking the young boy Dally home for training, they had him sleeping in the back of the car.
Yeah, I did, mate. Yep, I did.
But one of the good guys, Fashion Sakala. Hopefully, he can get a couple of goals a day and get more confidence about him. I think he can improve on his touch, but if he improved on his touch, he might be no such an effective player, Pot.
No, because then, as I said, that predictability comes into him. I think defenders who are up against him must have that feeling in there. He what's he going to do next? Because I don't think he knows. I don't think Fashion knows what he's going to do next, mate. So how's the defender meant to know? But I just wanted to ask you that because I think because of his goal tally for the limited starts that he's had, it's pretty impressive, mate. In his first big proper season with Rangers.
We're saying, Andy, that Joe Aribo, he's no hit the heights.
No, it seems to affect him.
Let me finish. It was his header. He was involved in the first two goals in Dortmund. His pass to Morelos for the fourth goal. He scored the goal, got us a point last week with a great finish. And we're saying he's not doing it, so that just shows you how high standards he'd set.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he wasn't doing it. I was just going to say there, since he come back from there, it seems to have affected his confidence a wee bit. I think I've seen pictures of him in tears when they got knocked out and that, and it's probably just but he's still always on the edge there. I mean, there was it Thursday night? I think it was Thursday night where the two Germans round him and he waltzed his way out of them. And he's got magic feet, isn't he? He's just he's a streetwise player, isn't he? Like the old-fashioned days when we used to. Yeah, he just knows.
I'm hearing breaking news that they've just come back onto the pitch Easter Road to see if they can get an hour goal because it's the judges that were involved in the fight last night who were refereeing the game.
Oh, dear me. Did you see that fight last night?
Yes, I did. What a travesty. But that's another story.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I did want the Scottish boy to win, but he didn't. But that's another story. Right, okay. Port Bear, discipline. Did they keep their discipline? Grind them into the dirt. And I don't mean that in a nasty way, just with speed, movement, and they'll let them pull shots, get yellow cards, and let them have the problems, yeah?
100%, mate. Our technical ability alone, just that phrase, technical ability alone, mate, and movement should be enough for them to be pulling and hauling, fouling, you know. And what I want Ryan Jack and Fashion to call it today. Morelos draws his own fouls, mate, but Morelos gets fouls constantly.
You're going to do your homework before you come on here, because Ryan Jack's not even in the squad.
Did I see so Ryan Kent? I want Ryan Kent and Fashion.
Yeah,
isolate.
How polite I was there.
I was going to say, you and Albert are on the same medication or something, because seeing Friday night, you was hell of a happy.
I've had an official warning for the fault.
So I want to see Ryan Kent, mate, and Fashion really isolating the Motherwell defenders a day, mate. You know, get 1-on-1s. If you get them booked early, Oxtear, you know, keep isolating them and keep throwing the foul, mate. Because I think we can get them guys chopped all the time.
It's difficult to isolate them, Andy, innit? When there's 10 of them in their 18-yard box.
That's true.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's having the know-how to you know, that bit of quality of bringing them out and move them about right enough. I mean, I know it's sad. It shouldn't be against teams like that, because we're far better than them. But you know, when guys, as you said the other week there, when they're like the Dundee United game, they were throwing the cell in front of the bar and all that kind of stuff, it's hard to get through it. So you need that, just a little bit of guile and that wee bit of, you know, specialness from one of our players, just to, you know, keep the head at that time and create that one chance that opens it up. Once it opens it up, as I said, it's the early goal for me. I won't change on that. And as I say, repeat myself at the time. You get an early goal and follow it up with a second one, and you said, come back to me. It's a different ball game then, isn't it? When you're 2 up, you know. But when we're leaving it down to 0-0 and 1-0 at the back end, or it's 1-0 and they're coming on top of us, and for some apparent reason we seem to get edgy. So it's getting that first and following it with a second. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but that's how I see it. That's how it should be done. It's not rocket science.
No, but you need to earn the right. Port Bear in every game you play.
Aye, I seen a wee stat earlier on next year that we're out of all the teams in the Premier League, we've come back from a goal behind all the teams in the Premier League. We've managed to turn around matches. I don't know if it's a good start or a bad start, Oxford. I would rather we didn't go behind and come back. But what it showed us is the character, you know, to get back into a game and then go and win the game. But I'd like to see that start reversed, mate, and not come from a goal behind. And I think if you get the early goal,
I've got a start for you.
Right, go on.
I bet you've not got this one.
Right, go on.
There's only one team in Europe ever been knocked out Europe 3 times twice.
Oh, I know that start. Aye, that's a joke, mate. I've got a theory on that, mate. I think once you're out of tournament, you're out of tournament.
Be careful, mate. Be careful.
No, Oxford, regardless whose team it is, if you get knocked out, you shouldn't be dropping down to tournaments, mate. This is, you know, my feeling on the Champions League. It's called that either. I've got an opinion on that, mate. It's not Champions League. Why should a Champions League have to qualify and all that, mate? You know my theory on that.
No, but do you know who the team is, Andy?
I think so. Have they got tight eyes?
No, I don't. Be careful, mate. Be careful.
It has to be them, doesn't it?
Yes, knocked out of Europe 3 times in 2014 and knocked out like 3 times in 2021-22.
Wow.
A first, yeah. They're always going on about first.
Aye, they can keep that one. They can keep that one, mate. Yep. Aye. What do you think of yourself, Oxford? Do you not get sound ridiculous? Knocked out of one tournament and another one, knocked out another tournament and another one, and you knocked out that one as well. You know, who would want that? Who would want that above their name in their club? I certainly would want it as a Rangers fan, mate. I think it's embarrassing.
Be careful.
I'm just saying.
Be careful.
I think the champions.
Just think of 2007, 2008.
Right, I know that, mate, but it's just my opinion, mate, on the European tournaments. It really is. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. Be careful.
For a wee bit, you know, It's like, I'll give you an example. Next year, see some of the teams that dropped out the Champions League, like Dortmund and Barcelona. My theory on it is, see if a team like Rangers are qualifying for the Europa, pretty regular and dropping it in that tournament, right? How are we supposed to stand a chance of winning that when they've got teams that size coming down into it? Effectively that last 32, mate, should be in the last 16, so that should be us into the last 8. But them teams that drop down into the Europa, and it becomes a group of 32 with Barcelona, Dortmund, Napoli in it. Come on, Oxford, it's not a fair tournament if you're giving the big guns a chance all the time.
Be careful.
I get you, mate. I totally get you. Understand?
Yeah, be careful.
Yep.
Right, okay. People join us all the time. Here's the team, and here's how you're setting that team up. You've had time to think about it, Portbear.
Right, McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Lundstrom, Bassey, Kamara, Arfield, Aribo, Fashion Jr., Kent and Morelos. With subs are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Balogun, Barisic, Sands, Lowry, Ahmad, Wright and Roof. I'm going to go with the 4-1-3-2 Oxford. I'm going to go with Tav at right back, Goldson and Lundstrom in my centre backs, Bassey at left back. Kamara's going to sit in front of the back four. Arfield, Aribo and Kent, the three behind Fashion and Morelos. I'm going to go with two up with mate. Fashion and Morelos side by side.
Okay. Thoughts, Andy?
Well, I would, this 4-1, 2-1 carry on, right? I would just look at that as a 4-3-3.
Right, how you setting up then?
Well, my right back, my left back's obviously Tavernier and Bassey, Golston and Lumsden in the middle. Three in the middle would be Kamara, Arfield, and who's the other one? Lundstrom, aye. And then up top, I've got Sakala on one wing, Kent on the other, and Morales through the middle.
Right. I get you, mate. I can see you saying that, but he hasn't played a 4-3-3 since he came in the door, has he, Port?
No, he's not, mate. He's not. He's played sort of variations of it, and it sort of changes in different formations, mate. It's a lot of morphs, if you like, but it's difficult to pick what he's going to do, mate. I think he's definitely going for goals. I will say that, by the amount of attacking players that's on there.
Not a bad thing, goals, Andy, yeah?
Oh, definitely not. I mean, if we could get 4 or 5 of them a day, then I said that take it down to 3. What was it, 8? The difference before we kicked a ball a day? Was it 8?
9.
9. Right, so we get 5, it takes it down to 4. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we will right enough. I mean, the logic is I think we'll win about 3-0, 3-1. But I went daft on the 5 later. I thought I can go for
I win first and foremost, mate. It's a 3 points, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. But it's only down to 1 then, isn't it? You know, and anything can happen. I think this is going down to the wire, to be honest with you, this week.
That'll be good for our health, that, Andy, yeah?
Oh, not for me. I'll have to start drinking again, I think. I've only had a couple of drinks in the last 4 or 5 weeks, like, you know what I mean? Get into training for when I come up the road, right?
Aye, well, okay, all right. As I said, we'll know quite quickly because we'll see where Lundstrom's playing, yeah?
That's the first thing we'll probably look for, mate. Me personally, I'll probably look for where Lundstrom is and where Kamara is. That's the first two I'll be looking for to see where they are. And then I think it'll be pretty obvious what's happening around about them. As I said, they're not going to play with men up top, Motherwell. I don't think they're going to come, and have a go. They'll just sit in, mate. So I think that's when we need to push, pretty high, mate. We've got Page, we've got Bassey back, we've got Tav, who can get back quick. So I think we can even squeeze them, mate, right into their own half. We're doing that against Dortmund. We're pressing them from the front. Ryan Kent, Morelos, really, really pressing Dortmund back line. So that's sort of what I want to see today. I want to see that aggressive pressing. Really going at Motherwell. Keep them in their own half. And just wave after attack, mate. That's what I want to see today. The exact same performance, same attitude.
Yeah. I'll go with that, Andy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we said that earlier on, we can't get up for it, and after seeing that result now and sit about them and really lay down a mark, they've got a really good chance here to lay down a mark a day. And if we come out and do take a few off them, then it serves notice to them. Because, they thought they were going to cruise away. Well, how did that suit you today then? So let's get out there and Get some goals, like you say. That's what it is. Win the game first. I mean, as long as we're in the show, the aftermatch show, and we're saying, well, at least we've got it down to a point. Game back on. We'll take that, but it'd be nice with the goals, wouldn't it? It really would. It'd be nice to see us open up, and a few different scorers I would be looking for as well.
I don't care if a centre forward scores 5, Andy. I don't really care who scores the goals as long as we score them, mate.
Oh, that's true. Maybe the centre half will score a couple today. Set pieces.
I don't care. I really don't care. But we've set a high bar, this group of players. And I know you can't get there every week, but if we get close, we've not got a problem, Portner.
No, we've not 100%, mate. But if we reach 80% of our potential, even against Dortmund in the league, mate, we should still rock this league. Absolutely. What I think we need to do now, mate, I don't know if you guys agree, is we need to start putting a run under Gio in the league and maybe 7, 8, 9 games in the league. Consistency to really turn that screw, mate, because I think with these stop-start, week in, week out, Europe and then the league, and then we don't seem to continue the same consistency and levels in the league games. I think we need to show it in the league, mate, and really go on a wee run, and show a bit of consistency, and we'll not far be away next year. I still strongly believe we'll win the league. I really do, and I'm not saying that through blue-tinted glasses. I still feel when it comes to the nitty-gritty, we will win that league, 100%, mate. But we just need to start putting runs together, strong runs under Gio in the league, mate, and, we'll be fine, absolutely fine.
I totally agree with that. Like you see, here's another thing I know. We're in the business end now. 11 games to go, right?
Yep.
We're champions. Won the league in a canter last season. You now become real men, don't you? When you've had a wee bit of a kick and you come back and go on to win the league. That's what real champions do, don't they? They get a hit, They go behind and come back. Let's see whether this team can really grow up now. And if they can, I'll hold my hands up and say, well, what the hell do I know? And that's what we're looking for. This Rangers team now to grow into, defending champions and go on before, get the core of the team and build for next year. Because, look, we've got quite a bit of money to come back out this year. I think somebody was saying 20 million there. You don't always believe on Facebook. But you get that, say you're getting that, you're next round, you're walking in that Champions League. 60 million in your coffers is a massive turnaround from where
I don't think it's quite as simple as that. You don't get 40 million in your bank.
No, you don't, no.
There's a lot of potential in that, and where it could take you. Obviously, you go in there, your coefficient, you do get some money, which is better than the Europa League, but hopefully you can pick up some points in it and compete. And I think we'll give some teams a game. We'll shock some teams. I'm not saying we'll get through, but if we do get in it, in a game of football, we can do okay. But our team will improve Portbear, and the manager will get his new players. But that's for the future. What's the score going to be today, Port?
I'm going to go with 4-0 next year. 4-0 to Rangers.
I'll take that. I would be happy with that, especially if that beat Andy for his 5.
Aye, well, for me, I think it'll be 3-0, 3-1. But I want us to get more. I've got a bet on for 5. Daft one right enough. But I don't care. I want them to get more.
I don't think so.
I'm going to go for 5, Andy, just for you, mate. There you go.
There you go, then. That'll be all right. Well, if we do, I'll share the vodka with you. That'll buy out of it.
As long as you get me a can of Coke, that's a long story.
Oh, I'll do you one of them, no problem.
I don't like that squishy stuff, Andy.
Well, you can drink the Coke and I'll drink the vodka.
No. I never said that. Right, okay. 3, 4 and 5, nothing. But first and foremost, 3 points a day is a must. Andy?
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. We're feeling good now after on a total lie all week, and then I just thought, well, okay. Thought we were going to be 6 behind. Thought, well, we'll just make sure we get it back to 3 and on we go to the next. But we'll get a wee bonus there. They blew 2 points, so come on, Rangers, get out there and show us what you're made of, and we'll be okay going forward, hopefully.
I hear you. What?
Aye, as I said, mate, the luck had to run out at some point, and I think, as I said, and I strongly believe it, the tide's about to turn, mate. I think what's happened, if we carry on for Thursday, tails are up in the team. There's a wee sort of sound clip I'd like the manager to play for a player that made a comment in regards to his team. I'd be playing that every day in the dressing room, mate, every game before every game, because I think the fact doesn't drive you on, mate, to go and show who's the dominant side and who's the best side, who the champions really are in Scotland. I don't know what would, mate. So I'd be playing that pretty regular, mate, as a wee reminder. And also with that result today, it gives you a wee lift as well. So let's hope the team, in fact, the team will, mate. The team will show up and absolutely smash Motherwell today, in my opinion.
Yeah, do you think Motherwell will give us a guard of honour since we represented Scottish football so well on Thursday night? That used to be a tradition, Andy, didn't it?
Aye, that'll be right. Aye. We don't want guard of honours of anybody. We'll make our own. We're going to make our own history hopefully this season. We're not going to win Europe, but like you said the other night, we could be leaving it there again. We could be on for a funny kind of treble, couldn't we? If things went, if we're in dreamland. Scottish Cup, Premier League, and the UEFA Cup. That don't sound bad at the end of the season, does it?
I admire your optimism, but what I'm saying is, if we do stumble through this next round, then I think it's a closer tie than some people think. I think there's a chance we could go and a chance we could get through. But if we do manage to get through, once you get to the quarterfinals in any competition, you're entitled to dream, aren't you, Port?
Of course you are, mate. And I tell you, see anybody that watched them two legs and the other team that's left in it, in my opinion, I don't think any of them would want to play Rangers over two legs. Because see the two-legged matches as well, mate, even without the away goal rule, it's still a tough ask against any team, mate.
I worried more about this game and the Dortmund game, as daft as it sounds. A bit like that Lord's Mayor Parade kind of thing, isn't it? This is not as easy as you think it is. They're quite
never is, mate. Never is it?
No, that we could get through into the quarters, like you said. We're on the map now. I mean, that team we played there the other night, let's not kid ourselves, they were a very, very good team. And we stood up to them all the two games. So you've got to be very proud of the Rangers for that. You know what I mean? That absolutely fills me with pride, is that. So, we're good when we want to be. Just like the Bot said there, consistency. We get that. We're not going to be far away, are we?
Well, gentlemen, thanks for taking the time to call us. Obviously, a lot of people making their way to the game, enjoying the sunshine. A bit different from last week, however. Enjoy the game, Andy.
Oh, cheers, bud, and thanks for having us on again. Sweet cheers later.
Cheers, Port Bear.
Aye, great wee chat again before the game. People, obviously, as you said, travelling. That's what we're not. But we'll hopefully hear them after the show, mate. After the game, sorry, for a good positive 4-0 Rangers win.
Thanks for listening. Thanks to Andy and Port. Thanks to Old School Blue and Fox for doing the technicals. Be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating a Rangers victory. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Who's that team they call it? Just who's that team they all adore? They're the boys and loyal blue and the strong mentality and the heart to show the world what they can do. Some people say the Real Madrid, the biggest football team. I've even heard the Anderlecht, the best they've ever seen. The Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur too. There's Arsenal, Chelsea, Blackburn, just to name a few. Who's that team that